What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this one I want to break down what's going on with the overall market and talk about Tesla, SPY, Nvda, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I'm also going to break down some very important factors about the charts, what you should be looking for going into next week, as we're still seeing the market looking bearish. So before I break anything down, let me just mention that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Webull and deposit $500, you guaranteed 20 free stocks. Deposit $25,000 or more, and guaranteed 75 of them, and the offer ends very soon in just about 11 days. So, anyways, let's talk about the market. What's going on so far? Looking at SPY right now, you guys can see there's a clear downtrend. And this high here came down, lower high came down, lower high came down, and the chart is still looking bearish overall. Now, we've dropped quite a bit amidst all these tensions between Israel and Iran, and so far the market remains very, very weak. I just want to call out that Israel launched some airstrikes and a counterattack against Iran's retaliatory attacks. So it's been going back and forth and back and forth, and this is very, very important. However, there's no sign that Iran wants to essentially start a plan to retaliate again, at least as of right now. That's what some officials have said, but nothing is guaranteed because remember, people could always change their minds and things could always change over the weekend. So you have to give this a little bit more time to see what this ends up leading to. So there could be more attacks again by Iran, but we're not seeing that yet. So we have to be a little bit more patient. And with that being said, I would rather just be very, very mindful of that and just give this all the time it needs. So for Israel, it is mounted airstrikes. The attack happened. The market dropped as a result of all this news. It's also because of the bonds market, as we're seeing the 10-year Treasury yield increasing. This is because of the Fed being a lot more hawkish. That's also leading to more bearish pressure alongside many cyclicals for the markets. So we have all these different things combined causing the market to dip. We'll see what happens with Iran. Do they respond to this or not? What is their response over the weekend? And we'll give this a little bit more time. This is still not great news. The market did not like this. For next week, I just wanted to call out we have a lot more things coming out. We have Verizon announcing earnings. Then we have on Tuesday, we have Tesla and GM. Not to mention on Wednesday, we have Meta, IBM, Ford announcing their earnings alongside Boeing. And then we also have, let me see, Microsoft, Alphabet, Intel, Roku, lots of big tech stocks announcing earnings on Thursday. And for Friday, we have ExxonMobil. So we have some big earnings coming out. Get ready, guys. We're going to be looking for some very, very interesting data. On top of all of that, in terms of data for the markets, we're very minor on Monday. There's not really much coming out. Tuesday has just some manufacturing numbers. It's very minor, just like PMI reports. Wednesday has not really much as well, but then Thursday and Friday become a lot more intense as we have GDP numbers coming out, initial jobless claims. And finally, we have some bill auctions. So it's a little bit more intense on Thursday, and Friday is going to be a big day as we have big data. We have the PCE data report coming out. That's going to be very important alongside Michigan consumer sentiment. So lots of big data comes out on Thursday and Friday. The week starts off kind of weak with data. Some important data comes out on Tuesday, but I would say Thursday and Friday are the bigger days. And for earnings, I would say Tuesday through Thursday are going to be the most important days as we have lots of big tech stocks coming out. So it's going to be very important. The fear and greed index is currently at fear. We're approaching extreme fear. I think once we get very close to this, we're going to see the market possibly try to rebound a little bit. That's a strong possibility before we continue lower. But all these indicators are at extreme fear or fear right now, and we're seeing a big shift in sentiment. So what do I see for the charts? What is my personal opinion? Honestly, guys, we're still looking kind of weak, but remember we have the support on SPY between 493 and 494. If we lose 493, this thing is going to fall all the way down to about 491 to 490. If we lose that, we're going to be dropping into the 480s. If we're bullish, you want to see it break past 497 at the very least, get above our 20 EMA, break past the 497s, and we're going to be looking for a push back up to 500 and a little bit higher than that. So I believe that there might be a bounce coming, but I'm not seeing any confirmation on the chart yet that we're bouncing. There's no confirmation yet. As of right now, indicators are bearish, so there is a risk of us dropping a little bit more. But I do think that there could be a bounce coming. I'll talk more about that in one of my later videos. One reason why I say that is just looking at the weekly and other factors like that as we're approaching a very important EMA. We're approaching an important EMA on the weekly, not to mention we have this 20 EMA that we're approaching on the weekly time frame. We have a key Fibonacci retracement level as we just hit that 5.3% mark, and other factors like that. So it's just worth noting the market has dipped over 5%, and we'll see what happens from here. But I just want to call out some specific levels. Just know the chart looks bearish for now. There is a risk of us dropping more, but I do think there might be a bounce coming with the tech earnings possibly. We'll just have to watch for confirmation. As of right now, technicals are bearish. For Tesla, it's the same thing. Look at the 20 EMA. We rejected, came up, rejected. What is that, 4 or 5 times? We just keep rejecting off our 20 EMA. And we're still continuing to fall. So you can see Tesla's looking kind of weak right now. The technicals are bearish. I could see it dipping a bit more. The support at that 145 area is a little bit stronger, so it might try to see some buyers defend it around that range. But what's going to dictate Tesla is going to be its earnings. So even though technicals look a little bit more bearish, it could retest this and try to rebound a bit thanks to earnings. Potentially as we approach earnings, as Tesla loves to bounce approaching it. It might not be a big bounce, just a small little push. And then once earnings come out after the market closes on Tuesday, which is super soon, Tesla will make a massive move. Is Tesla going to explode back up into the 160s, or is Tesla about to see a massive rug pull? We'll just have to wait and see. For Nvda, we're bearish. We made a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, much lower low with a big drop today. Very bearish looking daily candlestick. Gonna be looking at 750 as our support. If we lose 750, there's going to be a bigger drop all the way down to potentially, I would say 745, and then eventually, we could be approaching the 720s if we end up losing support. So the chart looks bearish. There is a risk of this dipping more. I think it might dip a little bit more, but we'll have to watch and see if we can bounce off 750. We get some kind of bounce metrics. We haven't seen that yet, so give it a bit more time. Might dip a little bit more. For the QQQ, just like Tesla and just like SPY, check this out. We had our 20 EMA rejected, 20 EMA rejection, rejection again here, rejection again here. 4 rejections off the 20 EMA and a very, very nice downtrend. The triple Q could easily fall more. We're going to be looking at the support at 413, which is where our gap fill was. If we lose this, it could be going down to 410. So it looks bearish for now, but I do think it's going to bounce soon for a temporary bounce. Might come back up, but we have to watch and see what happens with big tech earnings. We have to watch and see what happens with data and watch and see how it reacts to support. There's no confirmation yet, so we have to wait and see. Aapl is showing some signs that's trying to base, I would say, very close to the 164 range. Last time we had 165, we saw this thing bounce many times. We're not really there yet, so it's still looking bearish as we reject off our 20 EMA as well. So Aapl looks bearish. It could dip a little bit more. We could see this actually approach 164, but we might get a bounce back up to our 20 EMA at 166 later on. So we'll just have to see how things go. So I'll be waiting to see what happens with Aapl. Apple's on a downtrend, and we'll have to be very, very patient in the process of seeing how this looks. Aapl is looking weak right now. It could dip a little bit more, but we'll watch and see if we can try to hold 164 and try to bounce. That's going to be key. There's no sign of a bounce yet. There is a sign that it's trying to base, but that's pretty much it. So we'll just have to wait and see how it performs from here. I do believe that it might dip a little bit more, and then we'll have to see if that bounce comes, but I'm going to be waiting for it anyways. All right, so since it's Friday, I'm going to end the video from here, guys. I'll be talking about like ARM, I'll be talking about Amazon coin on Sunday. I'm not going to talk as much about specific charts tomorrow. I'll make one more video. And until then, I'll see you guys for Saturday. It's going to be a very, very chill video, and then I'll make another more in-depth video on Sunday for everyone. All right, so thank you for listening. Have a great day, guys, and I'll see you guys very soon. Thanks again, and peace out.